Imagine your favorite YouTuber has hundreds of videos. That's hundreds of hours of content, right? And imagine what you're looking for is in one of these videos. How you're gonna be able to find it. Good luck finding it. So instead, imagine that you can ask a question about anything that that YouTuber said and get the answer immediately. That's what I've built. I've built a system that turns any YouTube channel into a chatbot. And I'm going to show you how I did that in a moment. Extracting information from YouTube videos can be challenging because YouTube search actually just helps you to get the video. And sometimes just searching based on the title or based on the description isn't sufficient. You want some very specific information that was said in one of these videos. What we can do instead, basically create a dataset or build a dataset from that YouTube channel, from the scripts of those videos. And then you can give those scripts into an LLM, and then we'll be able to have a conversation or have a chat with it. So I've built that, and let me show you. So for example, my favorite YouTube channel, one of my favorite is 3 Blue 1 Brown. So I click on start extract. So now we're basically extracting the videos from that YouTube channel. So the extraction now had finished. For the purpose of this video, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm scraping 3 videos from every channel. So now the videos were scraped, and now you can basically ask any question you want. You can ask like, what are the videos that are there? You can ask specific questions based on the video, and you can get sources. It basically links the video and even the timestamp from that video that basically corresponding to your question. So let's take an example, my channel, because I know exactly what I posted recently, so I can ask specific questions about it. Let's first ask what topics are covered in this channel. And by the way, this is one of the traditional RAG limitations, that it doesn't have a holistic overview on the dataset. And I've made a video about that, comparing it to GraphRag, where basically GraphRag excels. But that's besides the point. So now it gave me these 2 videos. The channel covers a variety of topics related to AI and large language models. AI intake agent development, fine-tuning large language model. Okay, so now let's ask a question. What dataset was used to fine-tune the LLM? I'm obviously referring to this video, right? Okay, the dataset used to fine-tune the LLM was the tiny Shakespeare dataset. That is correct, which approximately 1 megabyte in size and contains 40,000 rows. This dataset was selected for its accessibility and simplicity. So it's also telling what I explained about the choice of the dataset, right? Because it's simple, easy to train, fine-tune a model effectively. This information is detailed in the video. If you want to fine-tune an LLM, watch this. So that's really interesting. What was the embedding model that was used in the RAG video? Okay, I misspelled something. Okay, the model that was used was Equin 3. It gave me the link to the video. So if we go to the video, you can actually see that I've actually used the Equin 3 embedding model, which is actually correct. Just here the spelling is wrong because this script of the video is taken from the audio directly. So this is actually promising. So what we can do the same for Fireship. So let's, for example, say what did they say about AI? So what Fireship said about AI. Okay, so OpenAI has recently released GPT 5.2, which is reportedly outperformed Gemini 3. The performance on the ARC AGI benchmark is emphasized, and there is also something about Gemini. I think he made a video about Gemini, that's correct. And Google Gemini is presented as a significant player in the AI race, outperforming competitors in multi-benchmarks, Anthropic's acquisition of Bun. I think this is a cool thing to do, but now let's see how I build that. So how it works, when you first give it the channel URL, it goes through the channel API. So I have basically a backend endpoint with FastAPI. So the channel API basically is going to start a job to scrape the transcripts from this channel, the transcripts of the videos from that channel. So for that, I'm using the YouTube API plus Supadata API. So the Supadata API helps me to get the scripts or the transcripts of the videos. So I first get the metadata of the video, like the name and title, the number of views, the description, and so on. Then I get the transcript, then put it in a vector database. So I have actually explained how that works in detail in my previous video. Now I need to split this script into chunks. Every chunk is going to go through an embedding model. The embedding model transforms the text, the raw text, into vectors, and those vectors are then going to be saved in a vector database, which is, in this case, I'm using ChromaDB. And then the ChromaDB is going to persist in the disk. So when the user basically sends a query to the system, the chat API is going to get triggered, and the chat API first will transform the raw text of that user query into a vector as well. We're going to search for similar vectors or similar text from the ChromaDB to the user query. After that, we give all this context, like the user query, the chat history, the relevant text from the video transcripts, we give it to GPT 4.1 mini, and then we run the OpenAI API to get the final answer, which we see here. And then I basically just do some formatting of the output text. I also implement streaming, and then I extract the sources. When you store documents in the vector database, you can store the metadata of the vector. Like you can store the name of the video that this piece of text is coming from. You can also store like the number of views of the video. You can even store the timestamp of the chunk. All the documents or all the vectors that has been extracted from the database to answer this query are going then to be attached as sources based on the answer. And these videos basically are just like clickable thumbnails. Here you can check the channels that you have, and you can add a channel by adding the link to that channel, and then you can just chat with it as we have done. I think that's all I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you learned something from the video, and if you want to learn more about RAG and how to implement RAG systems, then you can watch this video. Thanks so much for the watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.